time I will share about React Native Starter Kit. I make this project for learn the minimal ecosystem or library that we need for a project to having fun with React Native. The main thing we will discuss in this time about settings, development environment, and React Native paper. This is a UI library that we use in this project, and React navigation. In the last, we will discuss about Redux. If we check what the user library in here, in package.json, React navigation, expo, because this project use expo ecosystem, and Redux here. The first thing we must understand about setting development environment. So we go to the React Native official website documentation. They have two options here: use React Native CLI or use expo CLI. In this time I will use expo CLI. We must check we was installed Node.js, and we can open the terminal on command prompt. We use this command, and we use expo for init the project, and we move to our project folder and we can start that. If we look in the expo official website, we see the same information. We must download Node.js, and then we can install with this command. First expo CLI, and then we can create new project with expo, and we move the project and start the project. For start the project, we can start on Android or iOS device and start on the web. This time I will start on my emulator, Android emulator. If see the terminal here, I was run npm run Android, and then I open the emulator, and then the project was appear in here. That's automatically. So that's it about how to create new project. And now about prepare and understanding the project folder. If we see in the left side, the important folder is assets and components, constants, library, screens. In our assets, we can put our local file like media, music or video, and our image in here, and another file I think. And the next components folder, this for our reusable components we can put here, and constants, this for our additional settings for our project, and libconfig, this I make this folder for additional config for library, like this is this I put reducers for Redux, I put here, and screens folder, this for our screens, all screens that we use in our project we can put here, and app.js, this main file, because this will run in the first time. If we run the project like this will call app.js first. And then how to use React Native paper. We go to the official website. How to install this library. We can use yarn and React Native paper, then just it, because we use expo here, and we don't need to link React Native vector icon because expo use vector icons. After we was installed, we can add the component like this in login page. In my login page, I used button and text input, this text input and these buttons. For available props, we can read in website documentation these available props for every component. Next, we move to React navigation. React navigation we will use for move from one screens to another screens. This is important for our project. How to install the React navigation? We move to website documentation. We can to option here npm or yarn. This is the first we must install, and the second we just install also these dependencies. We copy, and then we also install the stack navigator if we use that, and drawer navigator and bottom tab navigator. Every navigator we must install first before use that. Like in my package, I was install button tabs, drawer and stack. And how to setting up and use the navigation. Focus now on app.js. The first thing, we prepare the main structure, because I'm used the redux. This provider come from redux, this provider come from React Native paper, and this come from React navigation, and then this first navigator that we use. This the structure. So now we can move to our stack navigator. First, I just name this with introduction, because this about introduction. After introduction, I will use stack navigator here, and then the last I link will drawer navigation. In the drawer navigation, I put the stack main and another drawer screen. If we use like this, we will see together live on project. This still on the stack. After maybe I will fill with some data, and then I'm login. Now we will move on stack mine, and we got the drawer screen here, because drawer navigator in the last stack. And in the drawer, put the stack main and another drawer screen here. It's like this. I will use redux this come from login page. After that, in the stack again, put the bottom menu will appear like this, and every bottom menu have a stack navigator in every menu. stack home, this is stack bengkel, and this another stack for another menu. Stack, also stack, and this for another menu. I think like that about setting up and use the navigations. And now we will focus on Redux. What the important in the Redux before we use that, we need provider, and we need create store function, and we need reducers. For the reducers, I'm put in live config in here. I just have one Redux state called profile. If the action profile change, the state will change. And the structure provider must like this in the first component. You must have provider for Redux, and I use that on login.js. Use dispatch for update the Redux states, action type, and pass the data. This come from state, username and password, and then I read the Redux states in drawer. In here we will see how to read the Redux states. You need connect and map state to props. Here if we just need the profile state, pass like this, profile, and profile like this, we will use that, and we will get like this. That's it about Redux, and I think enough for this time. That's it about minimal ecosystem that we need for project. Thanks, see you guys later.